Welcome to Gaia's Calling, where stories ignite your spirit and the earth whispers her secrets. I'm Brad Swift, a write-on-purpose author of eco-fiction and nonfiction, inviting you to become an eco-guardian. Together, let's explore the wonders of our world and take action to protect them. Listen closely, Gaia is calling. And today's call is an interlude of inspiration. The power of a chosen future, because I know this topic of recovering in one cause can be a bit reactivating sometimes, so a little inspiration is in order. Let's look at facing the predictable future and then choosing another path. Decades ago, as my wife and I were preparing to get married, she was my wife to start with, my boss, Pontish, a remarkable woman and the founder of Gap International, the company that I was working for at the time, she gave me a challenge. The challenge was this: take a walk with your dog and really be with the predictable future of your marriage. Now, at the time, I'd had 2 divorces behind me, and Anne had had 1. Statistically speaking, the odds were not in our favor. The predictable future, based on our past, was clear. Things would get hard, resentments would build, and one or both of us would eventually walk away. Another marriage would fail. So I did as Pontish suggested. And as I walked, I let myself fully confront that predictable future. What it would feel like to live through another breakdown, to see another relationship dissolve, to fail yet again at what mattered most. It wasn't an easy walk, but it was a necessary one. Because here's the thing: once we fully acknowledge the predictable future, we gain the power to choose another one. And that's exactly what Anne and I did. Instead of being resigned to repeating history, we created a new, unpredictable future, one based on partnership, commitment, and growth. And this year, we celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary. So, what's the predictable future of our world? Well, right now, humanity stands at a similar crossroads. If we look honestly at our trajectory, our dependence on fossil fuels, our destruction of ecosystems, our widening inequities, the predictable future, is pretty bleak. It's a world where extreme weather becomes the norm, where forests continue to vanish, where water and food becomes scarce, and where the most vulnerable suffer first and most. It's a world where we deepen our separation from nature, from each other, and even from our own purpose. If we do nothing, this is where we're headed. But just like that walk I took years ago, if we're willing to truly see this predictable future, we can choose another one. So, choosing the unpredictable future. This series, One Cause, is about stepping out of the predictable future and creating something entirely new. It's about shifting from the 4 great untruths that have shaped our world: separation, excess, exploitation, and blind faith in technology, and shifting more to the 4 great truths that can heal it: interconnectedness, sufficiency, reciprocity, and stewardship. What if, instead of a world defined by competition and depletion, we built one grounded in collaboration and regeneration? What if our children and grandchildren grew up in a world where clean air and water weren't luxuries, where forests thrived, where communities flourished, not at the expense of others, but alongside them? What if we chose a future where we don't just survive, but thrive? And it won't happen by accident. And it won't happen by waiting for someone else to do it for us. But it can happen if we make that choice. So, what's your walk forward? I invite you to take a walk of your own. Find a quiet place and let yourself be with the predictable future of our planet, our society, and our very species. Really see it, feel it, and sit with it. Then ask yourself, what would an unpredictable chosen future look like? And most importantly, what's one step you can take today to start walking towards it? Why not take a moment right now and share that unpredictable future with this community by leaving a comment? I'd love to hear from you. Because the future isn't written. We are writing it now. So let's make it a story worth telling. This is Brad Swift, eco-author, grand dude, and co-creator of One Cause. Oh yeah, and a P.S. I have a call to you to play full out. You know, I credit much of my understanding of these distinctions, the predictable future versus the future we can create, to the work of Landmark Worldwide, whose ontological approach to transformation has shaped my life in ways I'm still discovering over 3 decades after being introduced to Landmark's work by my first coach, Judy Billman. One of Landmark's greatest lessons is that transformation doesn't happen by accident, it happens by declaration. So consider this an invitation and a challenge and a call to play full out. We do not have to passively walk into the predictable future of destruction, disconnection, and despair. We can create the future we want, a regenerative, abundant, harmonious world where all life thrives. The only question? Are we willing to do what it takes? And if so, what's the first step you'll take today? Maybe that would include sharing One Cause with some of your loved ones. That would be cool. You see, we're creating a collaborative community of eco-guardians in training. So won't you join us by subscribing as either a free or paid member? Take care.